What is going on, guys? Happy motherfucking Tuesday. So let me lower this music really quick. Wanted to chat with you guys about this idea, this concept came up this morning for me during my meditation. And I wanted to share it with you guys because I think it's super, super powerful. So I'm going to get this going over here on the other platforms, give people a sec, and then we'll rip this. Instagram loves to, there we go, not pin the comments. Cool, man. How are you guys today? Drop a win in the chat box. Let me know how you're doing. But if you are here with me, just want to say thank you in advance for spending some time just hanging out with me while I get this cardio session done. I appreciate it. The concept of my joy is my job. And I think that it can really help a lot of you guys see life in a different way, from a different lens. And, you know, I think that a lot of us fitness coaches get very, very locked into the training aspect, the protein, the food, and all of that. And I think that maybe there needs to be a little bit more of a conversation around how we do the things. And that's what really catapulted me into this conversation. And that's my goal here with sharing this with you today, is to help you see life from a different perspective that may allow you to experience more happiness, more peace, more fulfillment, more abundance. And it could be just a very small tweak. And what that looks like is just romanticizing the small things. I put it in the explanation doesn't even make sense. I put it in the caption over there on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube, just explaining how we live in such a fast-paced society, right? Midday cardio, bro. We live in a fast-paced society. We're always looking for the next thing, the next post, the next meal, whatever the thing is for you, right? But how often do we take the time to try and just slow down and actually just look at what's going on around you? Like, I think this is a good question for all of us, is to just really think about that. How can we experience more gratitude for the things that we have? Like the simple things, like having a roof over your head, a bed to sleep in, clothes to wear, food to eat, water to drink. I thank God every day for those things. I do that first thing in the morning because I really feel so thankful that I get those things, and it keeps me in that energetic state. And I think that our energy is everything. It matters, because if you're, right, think about this for a second. If you're the one common denominator in your life, right, that's experiencing and communicating to all people and all things around you, then why wouldn't we take that a little bit more seriously, right? How could you, listen, why wouldn't you want to experience more happiness and more fulfillment, more abundance, more day-to-day simplicity if you could? And I was guilty of this the last few months. Has really been a big practice of mine, is how can I just enjoy my life a little bit more? That's just been the constant conversation in my head. And that's what I wanted to share with you guys, is just like, hey, if this is my life experience, right, and this is all I get, because this is the truth, and this is why I feel so passionate about it, because back in February I had that health scare where I ended up in the hospital, and I just got a glimpse of what it would feel like to potentially lose my life, right? And people die every day, and sometimes those close to us, unfortunately, that's the part of life that sucks, right? But I think if we could focus with that, I'm reading a book right now, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey, and he talks about this, and I chatted about this on a coaching call last week with my clients, just really talking about beginning with the end in mind. Like, for example, if you were to die tomorrow, right, who would be at your funeral? How would they speak of you? What would they say about you, right? So if you think about that for a second, if we begin with the end in mind and we start to ask ourselves these questions, it allows us to see life right now from a different lens of, you know what, that's a good point. Maybe I could act a little bit differently today? Maybe I could bring a different type of energy today. Because if I'm reverse engineering and I'm thinking about that day and what I want those people to say, and this might make you emotional, and that's okay. I think visualization is such a powerful tool when it comes to creating the lives that we want. How often do you even, one, ask yourself these questions, and two, how often do you visualize what you actually want your life to be? We are the creator. We're in the driver's seat, but we don't really believe that sometimes. We don't think we have as much control as we do. And that's where we self-sabotage. We convince ourselves that what we're doing doesn't really make a difference. Yeah, have you guys ever dealt with that? Let me know in the comments. But I think the strongest place you could be mentally, and this is where I've recently gotten, this is why I'm sharing it with you, is being able to enjoy every moment of every day and take it all in. Take it all in, even the bad stuff. I was watching the new NBA documentary. So just a fun fact about me, I absolutely love watching high-level people do what they do. Like I had this thought the other day during my birthday. Again, whoever wished me happy birthday, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. But on my birthday, I was reflecting on this. I just love studying greatness. I love being a student to people that are doing incredible things. So anyway, the point being, the new NBA documentary came out on Netflix, and I was watching them. LeBron James, Jason Tatum, Anthony Edwards, some of the better players in the NBA right now. And after the Timberwolves had lost the Western Conference Finals, Anthony Edwards, their best player, I think I just had a stroke. Prep, man, we're 3 weeks out. Anthony Edwards, their best player, after they lost the Western Conference Finals last year, said you have to be able to take your wins the same way you take your losses. And it kind of just it resonated with me, because I think that we have these emotional roller coasters. And I know this is a little bit of a tangent, but I think it ties together with what we're talking about. Our joy is our job. We have these experiences in life, and sometimes they provoke certain emotions, right? They make us feel differently. But what if there was a way for us to just keep ourselves on this singular wavelength? And that's what Stephen Covey was talking about in the book that I'm reading, is being principle focused and having a paradigm focus, because no matter what happens, that is the driving factor. So then you might be wondering, well, what is a paradigm or principle focus in life? And it's a little bit of a deeper concept, but I'll explain it to you. Because there's some people who are very fixated on certain things, whether that be their family, their career. We attach ourselves to these certain things about who we think that we are, right? But if you're able to gain clarity on a certain principle and a certain set of core values, then that allows you to be in a very strong place, because it doesn't matter what else is happening externally. If we make the example of your mind is like a boat, right? The water could only sink the ship if you let it get in. And if you have a very clear idea and the roadmap of where you're going, it doesn't matter if you hit a little bit of chop. It doesn't matter if it rains. It doesn't matter if a storm comes. You have the destination in mind. You have the principle in mind, and you know that you're the one controlling it. That only if you let the water come in is the only way that it can let you sink, that it can let you falter. And that's where it all starts to come together a little bit here, is if instead of attaching our identities and our success to our careers, our personal lives, our relationships, our fitness journey, instead of trying to be focused on the result and letting that dictate our actions, what if we could just be more principle focused and look to embody a set of core values about who we are and why we're trying to do the thing, and let that govern the things that we do on a day-to-day basis? That, I think, is the most powerful place to be. And I think that place, when you get to it, allows you to experience peace, happiness, fulfillment, abundance. And I think that's what we're all searching for, truly. I could be wrong. Maybe there's some people out there that are after some different things. But for me, that's what I'm searching for. And that's what I wanted to share this with you as well. Our joy is our job. Our peace is a choice. And if we can gain clarity on these core values and the principle that is driving the ship, the boat, whatever you want to make the example of it, that is our lives, and let that govern our actions and romanticize the small things in life and practicing gratitude consistently, I think it'll keep you in a positive, energetic state. And if you could stay in that positive, energetic state, then you'll just live a great life and not be so. And that's the point that I was trying to really hammer home here, and I help you guys understand, is I used to get so fixated. For example, my last bodybuilding prep, I was just like so desperate to win that when I didn't, I was devastated. I was so emotional. I was broken. And it's because I needed it so bad and I was trying to force it to happen that I think that it didn't happen. I mean, listen, bodybuilding, there's a number of things, genetic timeline, right? All that plays a role. But anyway, the example is just the energy that I was bringing towards it every single day. That's what I want to highlight. My last bodybuilding prep compared to this one is night and day, because like this one, it's not like a grind, right? Not every day needs to suck. It's not hoodie on, fighting the demons. Everyone talks about that in the gym. I'm battling my demons, bro. Like, I'm honestly enjoying every day. Like right now I'm doing cardio and I'm enjoying it. I get to do the thing. It's another good point. You don't have to do anything. You get to do it. And I think the energy that you approach everything does matter, because that, again, is governing the way that you're living your life. So if we recognize, hey, you're in the driver's seat at all times, why wouldn't you just choose? Hear me again. Why wouldn't you just choose to live and experience more happiness and peace if you could? It's something for us to think about. You literally could just make the decision. Yes, it is that easy. How can you express more gratitude every single day? Enjoy the small things to let that build for you, to let that generate positive momentum. And I think I'll probably cover that later in the week, because, correct me if I'm wrong, momentum's very difficult to gain sometimes, but it's easy to lose. So that's where we have to really be serious and be intentional with how we're spending our time and energy. Because if you're not taking that seriously, it can affect you, and you might not even realize that it's going on. So I know that's a little bit of a tangent, but man, I hope that helps you guys here today, because this has been monumental for my daily peace, my energy. And I really do believe it's helping me just, one, like I said, just live a better life. And then two, create everything from a higher frequency, man. And I do believe that. I know some of you guys are like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? I get it. I know it's a little out there, but I've done a lot of work on myself to get to this place, man. And I believe that everybody is capable of experiencing this if you want to experience this. And if you have certain questions on like what this looks like, or how you could experience something like that, or if you have specific questions on this topic, shoot me a DM. I'm happy to work through it. I do believe everyone deserves this, and it's attainable and it's possible, but there's certain things that you have to do inside of that. So hope this finds you well. Have the best day ever. See you guys soon. Much love. Let's go. Thank you for spending some time with me here today.